I've lost how many days I've been in quarantine. No clue. All I know is I'm growing facial hair. What is up, YouTube? Today, we are going to be going over a money play found in the Oakland Raiders offense, utilizing the tight slots HB week. First and foremost, if you guys are playing regs, you must use the Patriots for Tom Brady and Hot Route Master. If you guys are playing Mutt, again, I would really recommend using Hot Route Master. If you don't, you're going to have to use two abilities, the wide receiver apprentice and the slot apprentice. On top of that, you're going to have post flag elite on both of those wide receivers. So Hot Route Master just kind of frees you up with what you can do with that. So we're going to be utilizing Tom Brady in the pocket to be able to get these hot routes that we need on the field. Important thing to note, we have changed the depth chart. We've changed the team. We now have Julio Jones and D-Hop, as well as George Kittle, but he's not going to be used in this video, on the Kansas City Chiefs. Both Julio and D-Hop have post flag elite on them, and essentially what that does is give you better catching animations. If you guys are playing regs with the Patriots, you can get away with this without post flag elite. Just some of these catches you're going to see in this video may not work as well. It's still possible to make the same exact route combos and just make a safer read. So we're going to be using bench, although with Hot Route Master you can use any play out of this and it's going to work just the exact same. So bench, personally, I like it because stock, it's a cover 2 baiter. It just kills cover 2 on both sidelines. But with the hot routes we're going to be using, we're going to change it completely. So we're going to be creating a scissors concept over here with both Julio and D-Hop. So what we want to do is put Y on a corner, not post. Y on a corner, X on a post, block your running back, and in this exact order, this is very important. First, you have to put your tight end or this don't motion him over. Put whoever your tight end is, it doesn't matter what route he is, except do not put him on a delay flat or a delay fade. Put him on streak, out, in, curl, anything that is not block and release or delay fade. Any of those are going to work just fine. And as we talk about it, it's going to make a little bit more sense why. So from here, what I want to do is put Tyreek Hill on a flat route. Now pay attention to what Watkins does as we motion over Hill. You notice that he moves out. This is very important to have happen for any kind of beater that we're going to have on that sideline. Now what this enables us to do is we can now put him on a hitch. Otherwise, where normally we wouldn't be able to, now that he's moved out from the tight end position to more of a wide receiver stance, we're able to get him on that hitch route exclusively. So be sure that you do put him on some sort of route that isn't a check and release before you motion over Tyreek Hill. Otherwise, he will not motion out and you can't put him on a hitch. So with cover 2 Sky, you can leave him on hitch. You can put him on a flat route. Either one's going to work just fine. Cover 3 Sky, I have found that it is more successful if you put Watkins on a flat route. So just kind of keep that in mind. Also, one important thing to note, you have to be running on a hash mark to work. Preferably having these two wide receivers on the wide side of the field, especially when we are looking to hit this post route. It's crucial that you have them on the wide side. So pretty simple, corner or post are going to be your two reads you're going to be making. So let's go ahead and look for him. Bam, pass it down into the outside with post flag elite. We're going to make that catch every single time. I don't care what kind of defense you play. We're going to make that catch every single time. So let's go ahead and set it up the same exact way. This time we're going to change it up. I'm going to go ahead and put Watkins on a hitch when we're able to, of course. So let's go ahead and put him on a hitch. What I like about this hitch is you can actually playmaker him late. So say the user chases the post route, most people will. You can then use that hitch and playmaker him late. Don't try to playmaker him early. Otherwise, you may find yourself playmakering the post, the corner, or that flat route instead. It's just kind of a confusion to the whoever your playmaker. I wish they kind of could incorporate a better way to use it. But playmaker the hitch late, not early. So we'll snap this ball. And we can look for the post route. I know we can hit the post. Bam, dots. Post flag elite. It's going to give you some better rack animations, ag animations, and sideline catches as well against defenders. So a little bit about cover 3. We'll talk about that playmaker hitch more into cover 2 just to kind of showcase it a little bit better. So let's actually go ahead and get into a cover 2. Put X on a corner, Y on a corner, X on a post. And then remember, put your tight end on a flat route before you motion over Tyreek Hill. So let's go ahead and put Tyreek Hill on a flat. And then in cover 2 is a particularly effective to put A on a hitch because it just kind of pulls the cloud flat down into the inside a little bit more to where you can hit that post over the top and to the outside. Kind of makes sense, right? So cover 2, both the corner and the post are going to be absolute money. In this situation, I'm going to go ahead and just baseline, just make it a little bit clearer of where all these people's positions are. In this situation, we can use the hitch to playmaker towards the mid read, which I believe is this guy right here. Yes, it is. So the mid read you're going to find is going to play pretty deep. Sometimes he'll even match up post route. Again, it's kind of random when he does. But we'll snap the ball. You can see right there, playmaker him. Let's just say he did match. He kind of did, but not really. But bam, we can hit the post. We can playmaker the hitch. Easy, easy dots all day, every day. So really simple way of being cover 2. We'll go ahead and set it up the same exact way again. B on a hitch, A on a flat, Y on a corner, X on a post. So motion over Tyreek Hill. Put him on a flat route just because it's going to be able to suck down that cloud flat a little bit better. You can put him on an out route as well. Either one's going to work just fine. Even a zig route is going to work. And we'll look for this corner. Now, if you're a pocket passer, you're kind of going to have to work the pocket and maybe even roll out. I know it's not possible with many of them, but roll out just to help pull that cloud flat down. Otherwise, you're going to really have to stand in the pocket a lot longer to be able to hit this corner out instead. So hopefully we can get some good blocking right here. But bam, right there, pass it up into, that was the worst pass lead, but pass lead it up and towards the outside, and don't pass lead it straight up like I did. And you're going to see there's going to be a lot of space to work with. So let's go ahead and set this up one more time. So we get it all ready. Y on a corner, X on post, A on a hitch. You can use it to playmaker late. Snap the ball. I get worried every single time, but bam, pass it to the sideline. You can see right there, easy. Dot. Super, super simple. Now, cover 4 drop zone 2, it's going to be the same thing as a cover 3. They're both drop zones. There's no match principles behind it, so you don't have to worry about how they're going to play different. So let's go ahead and go into cover 4 drop zone 2. Back into this tight slots HB weak. Y on a corner, X on a post. Block your running back. Flat route tight end. And then B on a flat route as well. This is particularly important when you're going against a cover 3 or a cover 4. So now, let's go ahead and slap A on a hitch. So we can use him again as a playmaker. We'll look for the corner out. So wait. He'll get to the outside of that outside quarter, and bam, you can see a little stop and go on the sideline. We'll click on catch. Video coming out about that soon for an easy gain of what, about 15, 20 yards, something like that. Now let's go ahead and do a pressed cover 4 with a shade underneath. So set up the same exact way, if I can speak English today. Just like that. And you can look for the post route. You can look for the corner. If they have a zoned out player, be careful. Don't throw that. If they don't, throw it. It's Madden 20 logic right there, ladies and gentlemen. But you can see right there, even with a pressed shade underneath, that corner out still gets to the outside of an outside quarter. Let's go ahead. One final thing I want to do is just press shade outside. Set it up the same exact way. Whoops. Don't motion that guy over. And then from here, this is a cover 2 shaded underneath. Let's shade underneath and shade to the outside. I'm actually a baseline press real fast because it kind of messes up the coverage if you motion over players more than once. So baseline press, shade over top, shade to the outside so you have cloud flats. And same exact things. Really nothing too different about this. We're all ready to go. Oops. B on a flat. Come on. And then A on a hitch. Snap the ball. And Y, just let him pass the outside quarter. You can see right there. Bam. Easy dot. So that's cover 4 quarter drop. Next, I'm going to talk about cover 4 quarters and palms. Palms, it's the most frustrating defense because how random it is. You never know how palms is actually going to play. And there are some issues we may run into. I'm going to go ahead and get the difficult one out of the way first. So let's go ahead and go and cover 4 palms. And this particular formation, we're going to be going against 2-4-5. I want to say it's nickel 2-4-5, or maybe it's big dime 2-3-6. You got to be careful about the blocking with this one. This is something I came across in practice mode. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What may end up happening is Guy and Winovich are going to come in on an A gap, and I want to say either he comes in on a B gap or he just comes off the edge free. So be careful about that. There's one counter to that. I'm going to go ahead and baseline real fast too, to just make it a little more organized. Is just go ahead and ID this outside linebacker. It technically reacts to it as if it's a lineman, but we're just going to go ahead and ID him. And then that's going to take care of you getting A-gapped and just people coming in unblocked for whatever reason it may be. And then set up everything else the same way as you normally would. So B on a flat, A on a hitch, X on a corner, or sorry, X on a post, Y on a corner. I don't know how I always get those two mixed up. And really the only guy that you can hit right here is Julio Jones on this corner route. Depending on how this inside quarter Patrick Chung plays the post route. Sometimes he'll play it really good. Sometimes he'll play it like absolute crap. So you just got to be careful about it. Now, with cover 4 palms, I like to have both wide receivers on flat routes. It just helps essentially the corner and post get a little bit more open than they normally would. So we'll just really read the post route right here. Bam, pass it to the inside and down. And you can see super easy dot. Now, if you guys are paying attention, you noticed this guy came in free. The only other way that you can truly stop it is if you double team. Never mind, you used to be able to double team that guy, but double team this guy and then just ID him instead, and that's going to get it shut down as well. So that's for only this formation in particular. Other formations I haven't ran into that issue, so just kind of be aware of that. Little bonus tip, but set it up the same exact way. You can make the read. I'm going to baseline real fast based off of how the inside quarter, or this guy right here, how he's playing. If you notice that he's going to be a step behind, you can hit that post route. You can often hit that post route anyways. It's just going to be taking a little bit longer to develop. So let's just look for the post, see if we can just force it in pretty much. You can see right there, Patrick Chung that time plays it pretty good, but because we have post flag elite, we're going to get at catches all day long. So just kind of be careful. You can hit that corner out every single time. A hitch isn't going to change how that inside quarter plays. A streak doesn't affect it from both the tight end and the wide receiver. The inside quarter is just a god and knows exactly what's happening. So just be careful about that. Really just make the read on that corner out ran by Y instead. So that's a little bit about cover 4 palms. I'll run it one more time. We'll even put this guy on a hitch. Snap the ball. Easy right there. We get a gap because we don't ID the correct guy. So be sure in this particular formation you're IDing the right guy. I don't want to spend much more time on that. Palms, it's random. You can hit the post sometimes. Other times you can't hit the post. I don't understand who thought quarters is actually, or palms is actually good, because it's so broken. You never know how it's going to play. But it is what it is. So let's now talk about quarter. Oh my goodness. Cover 4 quarters. This one is much more consistent than palms. So Y on a corner, X on a post. Set everything else up. Tight end on a flat, B on a flat, motion him over, and then switch your tight end to a hitch route so you can playmaker him late. So let's just snap this ball, make a simple read. So right there, we'll look for the post route with the pass lead down into the outside. Little stop and go, swerve, and you can see easy gain. We can also look for the corner out because the quarters don't match it really all that well. Cover 4 quarters, if I'm being completely honest, it ain't a good thing to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Tyreek Hill on a post route. It doesn't matter. I just want to be able to motion him over, so we can motion that tight end out. And we'll go ahead and switch him to a flat route, put him back on a hitch. And now we'll look for this corner out instead. So bam, pass it down into the outside. You can see easy dot. I'm pretty sure it's the quarter flat that's matching. Let's actually go ahead and get into an instant replay and just kind of break down cover 4 quarters a little bit more so you guys can see exactly what is going on. So as we zoom out, we've got everything set up and ready to go. We'll just go ahead and take this a little bit slow. You can see right here, what happens in palms is it's essentially reversed what happens in palms versus quarters. Palms would normally chase this post route, but in quarters, you see he chases the corner, and essentially it just leaves both the post route open and this corner route open. In fact, we could probably even hit the flat route right here as well if we were to hit it a little bit earlier. This hitch, you could playmaker him to this open part of the field. Be careful of this 3-rec hook, because sometimes the 3-rec hook will match him for a long period of time. So just be careful about using it. But you can see both the corner and the post, this is the post, that's the corner over there, are going to be absolutely butt naked. So the final one I want to talk about is man coverage. Now, as of recent, I don't know how recent, it seems like they've kind of patched hitches and how well they play against man coverage. It used to be hitches just dominated man coverage. Now it seems to not work as well. I don't know why, it just doesn't. So we're going to go ahead and go into Big Dime 146. Everybody's played this at one point or another. Let's just go ahead and press. This is where post flag, elite, and slot-o-matic would be extremely helpful from your slot receiver to really be able to torch his own man. So we're going to go ahead and put X on a corner. Sorry, X on a post, Y on a corner. So let's set this up. Block your running back, A on a flat route so he motions out, B on a flat or a hitch. If you kind of anticipate it's man defense, I'm going to go ahead and put him on a curl route instead, and then we'll put A on hitch. Otherwise, you can put him on his flat, but since it's man, there's no need to. It's kind of honestly a waste of route combo. So let's go ahead and put him on a, let's just put him on a hitch. You know what? And we'll look for either the corner or the post depending on how well they beat their man coverage. Also, depending on how the game's playing for you, you can hit these hitches with a low point pass as well. Just be careful about it because I'm pretty sure it seems like they have patched it. It's right there, bam, dots. Even Stephon Gilmore got left in the dust by Julio Jones because of post flag elite. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. And we'll talk about, we'll go into insert replay for this particular one. No, not Stephon Gilmore, whoever that was. They both got torched, so it doesn't really matter if I'm being completely honest. So motion them over, then switch them both to hitches. Again, hitches used to beat man coverage. They don't beat it as well. But we'll look for this corner out this time. It's right there. We could probably easily, oh my goodness, Tom Brady. That was the worst bullet pass I've ever seen. We could easily hit these hitches with low point pass, and both corners and posts are going to be wide open as well. So pretty darn easy if I do say so myself. This time we'll look for either one of these hitches, and you're going to be able to hit both of them fairly confidently. Again, just hop into practice mode and get the timing down correctly. So bam, right there, low point pass. That wasn't a very good low point pass. Tom Brady, I don't know what you're doing today. You're just trying to sell me out right here. But low point pass, you can often hit these hitches fairly easily. Curls are going to be the same exact way. Let's go ahead and show you off curls real fast. And again, this is for man coverage specifically. If you're going against zone coverage, don't be putting curls out on the field. Make sure that you're putting some hitches or some flats to pull the flat defenders down. So we'll look for one of these. Wow, we just got A gaps. We'll look for that curl right there. You can see bam, easy dot. But of course, by putting the curl right there, you may have the defender luckily run into the wide receiver and give you a little bit more space. But personally, I like to have hitches out on the field instead, just because then it doesn't cluster up both sides of the field, make it a little more difficult to pass the ball. So if you need short yardage, just hitch all the way down the field. If you need a little bit more, maybe throw a curl route out there and just let the post clear the curl before you throw the post route. So with that being said, that's going to take care of the video. One thing I do want to mention, there is more merch available on the web in the description. You can go ahead and check this out. I know you guys are cooped up in the house. I know there's some people that are probably just playing Madden every single day. You rage every single day. So I know how you feel. I feel for you. Trust me. So anyways, check out the link in the description and use code April10 for 10% off your order. And until next time, get in the lab.